to Sports Spin, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time.
Welcome to the Sports Spin, your weekly dose of sports action, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. I'm John Nerden. With me is Mark Mason. We watch the games, we call the games, and now we spin the games.
Today on the Sports Spin, we have a new LNL Must Replace champion, an epic spin-off, and Philip Bertosh from Union Athletics. But first, it's time for the Week Rewind.
So in the Week Rewind today, Mark, we're going to talk a little bit about some girls soccer. So at Uinta High School, the girls soccer, they played their senior night last night. We have 12 seniors over there. I got the privilege of coaching them this year, so that's been really fun for me. A little different, you know, no used to the boys. Girls a little different.
There's no crying in soccer.
No, a lot of crying in soccer.
Okay, all right.
And
just different.
Just different.
How did it turn out? I want to hear about senior night.
You know, they did really good. They came out, 4 goals in the first half, just basically cleaned the field off with them, and then, you know, in the second half they came out and everybody kind of wanted to get their goal, and we ended up getting one more goal, so they beat them 5-0.
This was against Payson.
Against Payson.
Payson on the road. Payson's always a tough out.
You know, in soccer they're a little less tough.
Yeah.
Payson's not doing as good in soccer. But one more game. If they win this one tomorrow night, it'll be an 8-8 season, so we'll see how they do.
That's an improvement from last year?
It is.
Okay, so they're
already improved from last year. This one's just about pride now.
This is about pride. Any chance of the playoffs for the Utes? Nope. Okay, so 8-8 makes it a 500 season. It's successful for the girls. Good job, Utes. Let's move on. Let's go stick with the women for the Utes. Go to volleyball.
Little volleyball.
Hey, and we want to thank our cameraman, Greg Stensgaard, for helping us out with some footage here. And the Utes on an 11-match winning streak coming into and they were on the road to Payson, and lots of back and forth in this game. They ended up losing the match in 4 games, but you know, 11-1 in the last 12 matches. Are you kidding me?
Pretty good.
They are ripping it right now. In fact, we've got a great play from that game later on in the LNL Monster Replays. We'll have Summer Stensgaard on pretty much an amazing save. And, you know, they go on the road. They're on an 11-match winning streak. Sometimes you drop matches, right? You
know, you do, and they work really hard. I see them in the off-season working. I see them during the season working. I see them after the season. They just never stop.
Yeah.
Is there a season for volleyball, or is it just volleyball year-round?
Volleyball all year round.
All the time.
Sure, why not? So we're going to go now to the game of the week, and this was at Altamont. You had the pleasure of being to that game.
I did. It was a great game for the other team.
Yeah.
Altamont struggles. You know, they got down early, a couple of turnovers. Fumble, interception. The other team scores a couple touchdowns. Rough game for the.
Well,
Longhorns.
They're playing Monticello. You know, they've had a little bit of a down season. You know, that's the second blowout that they've suffered. You know, and what are you going to say? They just played a better team this week, and you know
they did. They had a few injuries this season, so they're down a few guys. I counted 27 players on the field, Mark.
Yeah.
And 1A football is so different than Union and Uinta. You know, they got 27 players to play both sides of the ball. I think they have 3 seniors this year, so it's a building year for them. We talked to the principal last year, and he let me know. We also talked to him after the game on Facebook, and he said, you know, they are working out every morning. So they have kids coming in every single morning to work out for half an hour. Boys, 1 half an hour, the girls, half an hour after that.
And he said they had 100 kids a morning.
100 kids showing up.
Unbelievable.
Their program is going up. They're working on it. They're going to be there. Tough night for them, but a couple good plays. Not super, you know, great or anything, but they're coming.
Yeah, and we'll see them later on the LNL Monster Replays. Speaking of the LNL Monster Replays, let's head there now.
That's what time it is.
All right, so we're here on the LNL Must Replace. Thanks so much from the folks from LNL sponsoring this segment, and they bring us the replays at all of our games that we cover. And so,
which is so great. It's amazing to watch a football game for the high school kids, and every play they have the ability to run that replay. So you watch a football game, you see a replay. Watch a basketball game, you see a replay. And that's brought to us by LNL Motors.
So we have a new champ this week. Let's go right into it. We call it the repeat offender. They got 50% of the vote. And here we see right here, it's just the Brakefield brothers just going to work on the quick slants over and over again. Both John and I were at this game, and that was open anytime that Henderson wanted to throw right on those quick slants.
Every time he threw it, it was there.
Yeah, so. And so the Utes, the Brakefield brothers, won last week, but they have some new competition. Let's move right on up to Altamont, the Longhorns, and we're going to call this one the Heisman, and you're going to see why and hear it just in a second. Here it comes, the pitch out, and watch this, just with the left hand, whop! Down he goes and off to the races. And, you know, you've been a defender in that situation before, and there is no more helpless feeling than when you get a stiff arm to the face like that, John.
So that kid, you know, he's a third-year starting quarterback. He's also, I don't think he has a defensive position. I think he's the guy that tackles the guy with the football, because every time the other team has the ball, he makes the tackle.
Yeah.
So it's so fun to see Altamont just wham, and down he went, you know. So for me, I mean, I've got a partial to that play. I like that one a lot more.
Yeah. So well done on the Heisman. Let's see if you can knock off the Brakefield brothers. We're going to go to the women at the Utes volleyball, and you're going to see this play. Here's the service.
Is this Summer?
Bump up in the air, and Summer Stensgaard running out of bounds or into the wall and bumps it back into the play. And
keeps him alive, you know.
Right.
That was a critical moment too. So, what a fun thing to see her just dive out there after it, put it back in. Hey, bring out the vote. You know, make sure you follow us on Twitter at The Sports Spin and on VTV Channel 6 on Facebook to vote for your favorite monster plays of the week.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
We're back on the Sports Spin presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Now it's time for the spin cycle. Here on the spin cycle, from Union High School, the athletic director, Philip Bertosh. Phil, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me here today.
Yeah, I mean, and lots of good things happening over with the Cougars this year. I mean, you've got state champion potential on 2 or 3 sports going right now.
Yeah, we do. Right now, we just had the first round of the state golf tournament. We got Austin Jarmello coming in today, finished out 5 under par. So he's looking to go in tomorrow, and it should be the top contender for the state champion.
So you think about a golfer, Jarmello. What a great golf name in the future. You know, we can always remember, hey, Jarmello played back in the Basin when he was a kid, you know, and 5 under. Who shoots 5 under, Mark?
Nobody shoots. Not even the guy that doesn't work in golf every day shoots 5 under. That's you.
Tiger Wood.
Tiger Woods.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, we're talking the big boys.
Yeah, 5 under par. Unbelievable. How about cross country?
Well, we got Kennedy Powell coming back, state champion cross country last year as a sophomore.
As a sophomore?
As a sophomore.
You didn't tell me that earlier.
So looking to repeat this year. You know, we're looking at a 3-peat actually, you know, for state champion. It's a top contender, actually.
Now, how does a student athlete, I mean, she's a sophomore, sophomore, you kind of come in loosey-goosey. And obviously she knows she's good, but you know, there's not a lot of expectations she wins. Does that make it harder that second year?
You know, Kennedy comes in with a lot of experience. Her dad has taken her to some pretty good meets in the off season, and she's raced against some top competitors, and so I think she has some pretty stay with it. It was fun to watch her last year. She was right there in the top of the pack, and then she just sort of took over.
So all kids, you know, it seems like all kids have to put in a lot of the background we never see. That's kind of fun to hear a little bit of the background. You know, you talked about Jarmello too, golfing all over the country, and these kids, the parents' sacrifices so that their kids can go play sports at our level. You know, to get good, they've been playing somewhere else all along the way.
Yeah, and that's exactly true with Jarmello. He's put in all the time in the off season. You know, his parents have taken him out to some great instructors for lessons. He's played on some serious tournaments in the summer with, you know, he's a kid who's looking to go to the PGA in the future.
Wow, cool. That's unbelievable. Girls volleyball.
Well, right now, girls volleyball only have one region loss, so they're sitting at the top there. They're defending region champions. We just got Chesney Nilsson back. She'd been out on injury, and so when she comes back, she just makes us that much stronger. Yeah. Got some really tough kids coming up in that sophomore class, the freshman class that have just really been carrying us through this year.
Yeah, Chesney Nelson. She's probably 2-3 sport athlete.
Yeah, she's going to come in as a 3-sport athlete. You got you know, one of our top volleyball players last year and this year. She'll be, you know, one of the top basketball players, and then she'll do well in track and field as well.
You know, that's one fun thing about being from a small town is kids do have to support each other and be a part of each group. You know, I coach soccer and talk to the girls today, and who's playing basketball, who's going to do this, and you know, they all kind of go their own way each sport. So. Well,
you know, in a small school like we have, if you don't have multiple sport athletes, you know, you're just going to pull your programs. So we really encourage those multiple sport athletes.
Sure, and it's great for the kids too.
So we can't neglect football. You know, football hasn't done as well this year. They're struggling a little. Really tough game this week.
Yeah, Morgan.
Coming up against #1 ranked Morgan.
Absolutely.
And the quarterback situation. Both of them hurt this week.
Yeah,
Cole with the concussion and Carson with the bad bum leg.
Yeah, Carson took a pretty good hit back in the first quarter against Emory. Went down. Cole came in, played the rest of the game. He's got a pretty good concussion from that game. In fact, he finished that game. We didn't know that he had the concussion that he had. But
well, when you have a broken brain, it's hard to see it. So it's not like a broken arm.
Absolutely.
Yep. And you said that so cool and collected. That's your son out there, getting his head bashed in. Any challenges that you see? Any exciting things coming up in the future for Union Cougars?
You know, it's been a challenging football season, but I'm really pleased with our players. Really pleased with our coaching staff. They've been heavily involved in service in the community. We had that flood that happened over in our area like a couple weeks ago. The kids were involved out sandbagging. You know, we had kids standing in chest-deep water for 3-4 hours. It's because they're sandbagging, helping the community. So, you know, it's the season hasn't turned out like we want as far as win-losses, but everything that we would hope that a coach would instill in the kids and the kids would learn from a program, that's been there.
Well, you know, I think that's wonderful, and you can see that in the kids, you can see that in the programs, and we sure appreciate having you come in. Thanks for coming to chat with us a little bit.
Thank you so much. Appreciate being here.
Phil, thanks so much for coming. Always glad to have a Union Cougar here on the Sports Bin. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It's time for our calls of the week. All right, Mark. So the last 2 weeks, you know, first week, let's see, I was 2 and you were 1.
No, push.
Last
push.
week,
it was a push.
Last week, let's just
go back
talk
to the
a little
film.
bit about
Go back to the
Altamont
film. It was a push
at Monticello.
All right.
So Altamont at Monticello, I went homer and picked Altamont.
I think I went with common sense.
You did.
1, ding!
Bing 1 for Mark. Okay.
From a push last week. Remember,
Homer?
since it was a push last
Again.
week, whoever wins this week gets both of the wins.
It wasn't a push last week.
Yeah, it was push. Go back and watch the film. You even agreed to it.
Uinta at Maple Mountain, and I went Uinta again.
Wow. Ding!
Marcus.
That's 2.
I did win the last one, though. I went with Denver State. Wait a minute. You did as well, so that was a push.
All right.
Ooh,
So
rough week for me.
So now
Denver we pushed because they stayed undefeated. And how fun was that game?
Oh my gosh. Well, they bring in their third string quarterback, and New England had the thing with their third string quarterback, and they're like, oh, it's a third string quarterback. But the Broncos come in and win. And more importantly, with the win, Lynch would look good, and he would look.
His new nickname, Lynchy.
Lynchy, and yeah. Anyway, he had a command of his fastball too. So from the push last week to now I'm up 2-0 on the season. Here we go. It's just like last year.
Last week I won, and you won this week, so it's 1-1.
2-0. Here we go. All right. So now this week.
Let's talk about this week, Mark.
So I'm going to go perfect 3-0 now.
I don't think so.
Okay, Duchesne at Rich. What do you got?
Well, I'm going to go with Duchesne. Sticking with the homers.
Duchesne's winning?
Yes.
Or it's just straight up?
Straight up.
They're at Rich?
Yeah.
Eagles, gotta go with you. There's no way I'm going against the Eagles.
Let's call something else then.
All right.
What's
Eagles by 7.
I got them by 14 then.
All right, here we go. 7 and 14, write it down, because I don't want you going back on it like you did 2 weeks ago. Pushing, and then you're claiming victory. 7-14. All right. Morgan at Union. This is a tough one. Number 1 in the state. Both quarterbacks hurt.
So what is the spread? Let's call the spread the full distance, not the over and under.
Okay, so we're saying how many
points in between will they score?
My goodness. I'm sorry, Cougars, I love you. 42 points.
That's a good call, Mark. So I'm going to go with 34.
34, okay. It's going to be bad. We know it. I think everyone knows it. It's just, you got injuries, you got number 1 team coming.
I talked a little bit to one of our guests.
Yeah.
And he said, they're going to put up a tough defense.
Yeah.
So he kind of let me know that 34 is the number.
34 is the number. Oh, you got some info? You got some info?
Little intel.
$1. Okay, I'll change your mind to $1. I'm going to underbid that one. All right, so write it down. That's the scores. Let's go to the next one. Wayne at Altamont Longhorns. I'm taking it right off the top. Altamont comes in, they win. That's the way it's going to be.
You're going to get Altamont?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with Wayne.
Yeah, what? You say that with such disdain in your voice.
Because I hate not going for the homers, but I want to get one right. I want to just beat you.
Yeah.
I don't mind losing if our teams win in the Basin. I just want to beat you, though.
That's all. Yeah. All right. So there it is. Mark's up 2-0 on the season. It's been fun.
1-1.
So now let's go to the spin-off. Well, we're going to go to the spin-off. Are we going to go to the spin-off? Let's go. Well, we're here on the spin-off, and here's how it works. We pick one topic. We battle head to bald head, and you get to pick the winner on Twitter. Our topic of this week's spin-off, well, first let's go back to last week. What happened?
It was a push.
A push?
What?
I tied with him?
Yeah.
Oh, you voting public failed me. I mean, I completely had that 1-1. Of course you want to score touchdowns. You don't want the clock to run.
Yeah.
Really? 50% of you would rather have the clock run than score a touchdown? That's embarrassing.
No, they don't want the clock to
Okay.
run, Mark. Do you want to argue that again?
Push.
Oh, my
I'm going to win
goodness.
this
It
week,
was a
so
push.
I'm going to go up 2-0 just like I am on the other one, whatever
See how
we
he
do.
does his math?
All right,
Okay.
so this week the topic is Hillary or Trump.
And how does that tie into sports?
Well, I mean, we just came off the greatest sports president of all time. Obama, all the other things he did, I'm not going to comment on.
Golf,
but he,
basketball.
Yeah,
he's got them all there.
he was one of the greatest sports presidents ever, any country. So now we've got the challenge of Trump or Hillary.
So here's my argument.
Who you
Mark.
got? Who you
So
got?
I got Trump.
Yeah.
For us here in the Basin,
Yeah.
he's going to bring back oil.
They're gonna.
He's going to bring back oil.
You got one. Bring back oil. Are you done arguing?
That's it for now.
Well,
Give me something else to defeat that argument.
Right. Oh, I got something here. I'm gonna go all.
Why don't you get your
I'm
little
gonna
thing
go
over
college game day on you, and I'm gonna go all the way back to Brewster's Millions in the '80s. Brewster's Millions, and you know what I'm gonna say about that? None of the above. I'm going to that. We're not going to vote for any of them. Vote for none of the above. I don't want anything to do with Hillary or Trump. Vote for none of the above. Right there you see it. And I'm just going to go all the way back 1980. Do you remember that Brewster's Million? Richard Pryor? I mean, I'm right here. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not voting for either one of them. One of them's crazy. He's crazy. He's got the craziest hair I've ever met in my entire life. And that's not the he's fired. You're fired. And the other one, oh my gosh, even her husband rejected her.
So you're going with no one.
None of the above.
And I'm going to stick with Trump, you know.
None of the above. Vote for none of the above. Are you ready? Just because we got oil back in the basin,
Hey,
I don't think
everybody here, vote for the oil guy. You know, he's going to bring back the oil. We got to get rid of. You know, I'm all for the. I like the side that you have women involved, but that is
none of the above. That's who I'm voting for. Hillary and Trump.
Just vote for Mark this
right. Just vote for me this week. And we will see you later with the Fast Dash.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
Welcome back to the Sports Spin. It's time for the Fast Dash.
Yes. Well, here on the Fast Dash, we have a live studio audience. Let's hear from Scout Group 229 here in the studio with us today. And not only do we have new Scout Group 229, but we have Carson Kelly from Union High School representing the Cougars here today. Carson, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and what we got here on the Fast Dash, we're going to throw a minute up on the clock. John and I are going to hit you with some questions. Answer as quick as you can. Let's see how well you do here on the Fast Dash. You ready?
Are you okay? Do you need something to sit on? Sore leg?
No, I think I'm good.
Sore leg. Right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Minute on the clock right now.
I'll start. I'll go
You're going to
first.
start.
Yeah,
Okay, Glory Hog.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Running back or quarterback?
Quarterback.
Best football player ever?
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, the Cowboys. I had to think about that for a minute. Beating the Utes or winning a playoff game?
Winning a playoff game.
All right,
well done.
that's a good answer.
Football or baseball?
That's tough. Football.
Football now, baseball later?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, in season. Date night or hanging with the team?
That's a tough one. Hanging with the team.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
All your buddies like that.
Exactly.
Throwing the ball or catching the ball?
Throwing the ball for sure.
Hitting a dinger or a touchdown?
Hitting a dinger.
Dingers!
Nothing like it.
Yeah.
Favorite football movie?
Remember the Titans. No, Longest Yard. Longest Yard.
Remember the Titans. Stick with the first one.
Longest
No,
Yard.
Space Jam. Come on, you guys. That's the best one ever. A big run or a big hit?
Big hit.
Flip-flop, high heels.
Flip-flops.
Burgers or pizza?
Burgers.
You had to think about it. All right, Carson, thanks for joining us on the Sports Spin presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We'll see you next week. Go Cougars.
You see.